Well, Hurricane Harvey has been the big story. It's now been downgraded to a tropical storm. Meteorologist Brittany Beggs is tracking the latest conditions. Brittany.
Hey Cameron, so sustained winds right now of 65 miles an hour. Once those winds get close to 34 miles an hour, then it'll be downgraded again as a tropical depression. I do want to show you the peak wind gusts that we've had, some of the highest wind gusts. Port Aransas had close to 132 mile per hour winds. 108 was recorded at Rockport. Victoria, 83 mile per hour winds. Now, anytime there's a severe thunderstorm here in the Tennessee Valley, it's warned for, a tornado, for hail, but it's also for wind gusts. And the criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning for winds is 60 mile per hour winds. Very high. Nearly double that in some locations. So that's still the wind that we're dealing with. The winds have died down for many locations. Highest wind gusts we're seeing, though, the outer bands closer to just still now east of Galveston. So the winds now sustain close to 65 miles an hour, and the movement is fairly stationary. It's moving to the northwest at around 2 miles an hour. So we'll put this loop on here. You can see that eye wall, that eye really not even there anymore. That's kind of collapsed. But these outer bands still could produce severe storms and certainly could still produce a tornado. And we still have a warning just north of the Houston area that we're keeping an eye on. All right, wind speeds. These are the current wind speeds. Highest wind speeds are occurring out of Austin. It looks like near San Marcos this afternoon. Bay City close to 36 miles an hour. In San Antonio, close to 37 mile per hour winds. All of the storm surge occurring from Galveston to Bay City. That means all of that moisture coming in, and we have had reports of possible livestock that may have been stranded in some locations because that water is so high. So we're trying to get all that information out to you on our social media. Meanwhile, more rain to tell you about as Harvey kind of parks itself over central and kind of retrogrades, moves a little bit further west across Texas here over the coming days. We're going to see a lot more rain. This is showing just by tomorrow morning another 12 inches possibly out of Austin, up to 9 inches maybe for some locations out of Galveston. So possibly if we get up to 24 inches, we're looking at another 2 feet for some locations out of central Texas. So the winds are dying down, but the rain and certainly the storm surge going to be something we deal with here for the next few days, at least through Wednesday. But as far as will be impacting us, a lot of uncertainty. There's also a little tropical disturbance that's developing out of Florida. That could develop into something, and if it does, we could be looking at some rain at least for our far eastern counties for the end of next week. I'll talk more about that coming up at 11 p.m. tonight, so you'll want to see that. Right now, it's rather warm. It's kind of toasty out of Chattanooga. We're at 87, a little bit more comfortable out of Murphy. You're at 81. Temperatures tonight are going to be dropping to the mid-60s. We'll have a mostly cloudy sky. And which locations will be able to give that AC a break? We're talking Murphy and Blue Ridge. You know what? Even Cleveland and Athens. So overall, it's going to be a comfortable night for us tonight. Tomorrow, a very small shower chance in higher terrain between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the afternoon. But you can see our Vipercast really not showing much tomorrow. So some good news for your Sunday.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. All right. Thanks, Brittany.
Okay.